Hello and welcome to another episode of Scarah Screamcast. My name is Scarah, Damsel of the Doomed. And if you have spent any time in Austin's creative scene, you probably already know my guest. He is an actor of stage and screen. He's also a musician, and he's my co-star in Damsel of the Doomed. Please welcome Kareem Badr.
Hello.
There's Kareem.
Hey, thank you for having me. Sorry, I'm being aggressively licked by a lapdog right now.
Herman's got you. Herman decided to sit on Kareem's lap today. We were talking about how you're a dog magnet.
Yeah, I have magical dog properties, or my legs do anyway.
Do you have lotion on your hand?
No, just natural pheromones.
You're just tasty.
Yeah, it just tastes good.
Well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, good, Herman. Just keep on licking it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
I haven't seen you since, I want to say it was October.
Probably, yeah.
Was it Spider House? Was it some festival?
Somewhere. Yeah, I don't.
I know.
It's a blur, but
Yeah.
yes, yeah. It's been a while.
It was a surprise to see you. So I was,
yeah. Oh yeah, we were in passing. It was like a short film festival. Or something, I think,
exactly.
Right?
I think we were showing. I was with Boudreaux and we were showing a music video.
Your video. That's right.
What was it that you were there for? I can't remember.
I was just there to. I like to go there when I can to the monthly short film showcase, just to like check out local filmmakers and kind of see what's going on. The dirty word networking. It's not really, I don't really do that, but like I just go to kind of like check things out and see what's
Well, that's smart. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's good. It was good to see you. I was happy.
Yeah.
Boudreaux was happy to see you too.
Oh, it's great.
When we cast you in Damsel of the Doomed, he texted me and he was like, "You got Kareem from the Hideout?" And I was like, "What?" Because I didn't know.
I didn't know him then either. That's funny.
He just knew of you. He knows of a lot of people, you know. And he's he keeps his finger on the pulse.
For a while.
Yeah, he really has. So we're gonna start off with the pop questions of the week.
Oh yeah.
And those are, what are you currently drinking? It doesn't mean like right now. You could, but you know what I mean? Like, what's your drink of the moment? What are you watching, binge watching, or just watching? And then what are you listening to, music or podcast?
Ooh. Okay, so what am I drinking? I knew that this was going to come up, and I realized that the answer I have to give is what I'm not drinking, which is I'm not drinking Topo Chico because you can't find it right now.
Why?
There was some I don't want to say factory problem because it's it comes from like a spring, but there was some infrastructure problem where they get Topo Chico in Mexico and they're like, we can't produce it for 6 months. I'm like,
oh no! And it's the best summertime drink.
Texas summer without Topo Chico, that is just
that
wrong.
Is terrible.
So usually I have a full complement of Topo in my fridge, and I don't now, and it makes me very.
And there's
sad.
nothing like it. There is no other sparkling water that is like it. It doesn't have that kind of bite.
There's no replacement. So
you're not having your Topo.
I'm not having my
Sad
Topo.
day.
It's making me a little grumpy. Got whatever HEB sells. I'm like, this is not the same. Come on.
Perrier, get out of here.
Come on, man. So normally I would be drinking copious amounts of Topo, but sadly I am not.
Okay.
As far as what I'm watching, I just finished last night. My partner and I, we finished watching the finale of Widow's Bay, which is
love it,
so good. And the Emmy nominations just happened today, and it got like 19.
Of course,
Emmy
it did.
Nominations.
It is so pleasantly
so
good and funny.
So funny, so good, and like dry humor though.
Yeah.
So that makes me very happy when things like it doesn't feel like they're setting up jokes.
No.
Like even though it's in the comedy category, I guess, because they have to self categorize, but the comedy is just it's just subtle reactions. That's my favorite stuff.
It comes out of nowhere sometimes, and it's so funny. It catches you off guard. It caught me off guard. Some of the I can't even really recall the funniest moments to me, but they were asides almost. They were throwaways.
The throwaways, or they're just looks. And the moment that like hooked me on the show was like early on in the first episode where the reporter's like, "What about the cannibals?" It's like, I don't know anything about that. And they just like go to a wide shot and there's a giant poster of like cannibals in Widow's Bay. It's like, oh, that. Like anyway, so yeah, we just finished watching that, and I'm very excited about it getting another season.
Yeah,
I would love to be on it.
Oh,
just
let's manifest it.
I mean, Matthew Rhys and Stephen Root. I love them. so much. And then what am I listening to? Nothing specific at the moment, but I'm always listening to music.
Yeah.
I'm always listening to, anything from old school metal, which is near and dear to my heart, to like old blues. I was just listening to a 1930s playlist because I was writing. I was trying to work on my writing project that takes place in the 30s. So I was trying to like pump 1930s stuff into my head. I listen to a lot of film scores, soundtracks, or like playlists that include a lot of film scores. That's kind of like my, not chill out music, but like sort of zone out if I need to be focusing on something else and don't want lyrics to like get in my head.
Like your favorite movie film scores, or just any film score?
So when I was a kid, I used to listen to like my favorite movies, film scores obsessively. But now there'll be like a movie I like or a composer, and I'll just kind of make a playlist, in Spotify based on that song or whatever. And I just get random instrumental stuff, and I discover things that I didn't know I liked, or like I refused for years. I refused to watch the new Blade Runner movie because I loved the original so much. It's like my favorite film. I was like, I don't want to see anything that's going to ruin it. But I listened to the soundtrack for about 5 years before I actually finally saw the film. And I think the fact that the soundtrack got its hooks in me made me go like, all right, maybe I should give this movie a shot.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think so in August, have you seen Hedwig and the Angry Inch? Okay. It's a great musical.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie, but Dale hasn't. But he has like heard every song.
Of course.
Because I've played the soundtrack over and over and over and over again. So they're not bringing the musical here, but they're going to have the movie, and then
cool.
the star of the movie is going to be there and do a thing. And
Nice.
so he's finally going to get to see, he's never seen the movie.
Like, is it going to be, not at the Paramount, it's going to be like at a big venue,
it's
right?
it might be at Emo's or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty intimate. So
That's cool.
That'll be fun. But yeah, so I'm interested to see if he likes the movie as much as he likes the soundtrack. I mean, you kind of have to, I think, if you fall in love with the music of it. But so you did like the second or the remake?
Yes, I did end up liking it. I liked it. It didn't. I was really nervous. I was like, maybe I should just watch it with the sound off and without dialogue. I was just so worried that it was going to like retroactively do something to like change the backstory and ruin the movie I loved. But no, it did not ruin the movie I loved, and I enjoyed it.
It was still, you're still like the first one. It's still your favorite.
Yeah. Just because it's etched into my DNA.
Isn't that? It's just something that Hollywood is now pretty much only doing established IP.
I know.
These big studios are anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just the way it is for now. I'm hoping that'll shift and change.
I mean, it always kind of ebbs and flows, and there'll be someone making movies for a little less money, and then it'll be a hit. Like, now we should make movies for less money.
Yeah, I want to talk about it in the little horror headlines in a minute, but they're making these indie horror films for pennies, and they're pulling in, they're breaking the bank, like just bringing the most money to these studios that are putting them out. So now I think Hollywood is starting to go, so they're like scouring, trying to find like, what's the next, internet Reddit
do
story.
That and ruin it.
They're going to ruin it. Yeah, they can't. It's like whenever something, you're doing something cool, like the kids are doing something cool, and then some adults got to come in there.
That's right.
Back when we were youngins. Mm-hmm. All right, so that was your pop soap pop questions. Very good. I'll have to, one of these days, I'm going to have like some pop soap I can give out to the guests.
Oh, amazing.
The people that make that soap, I see them at conventions all the time, and they're just wonderful people, and the soap's delicious. So I'm going to see them in Houston in a few weeks.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I'll grab some. All right, I'm going to go through these headlines, and I may ask you your opinion on a few pieces. And some of them, I'm just running through them real quick. These are for the people. Oh, before I do, let's put up Tony on the screen. There's Tony. That's my friend Tony.
Oh, yeah.
He was our first guest on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
he always does this, the thumbs up.
Yeah, he was doing various crew things for the movie.
Yeah, Tony's been like, he hangs out and helps out with all sorts of shit. But he says he loves the lemon lime Topo Chico. I just like regular myself.
Yeah.
The lemon lime hard seltzer from Topo. Oh, Tony, you don't even drink, you crazy. You're lying. All right. The The Fangoria Chainsaw Awards return this October with a list of nominees featuring 35 of the best new horror movies nominated across. Oh, wait a minute. Let's scoot back. What had happened here? Okay. Guys, we're going to do it again. The Fangoria Chainsaw Awards return this October with a list of nominees featuring 35 of the best new horror movies nominated across 14 categories, plus the best horror series and video games released in the last year. 28 years later, The Bone Temple and the Brian Fuller-directed Dust Bunny led the pack with 9 nominations each, and the box office-breaking Backrooms earned 6 nominations, while Frankenstein, Hokum, and The Bride each landed 5 nominations. And finally, Curry Barker's mega hit Obsession is nominated across 4 categories, including the Best Director category for Barker and the Best Lead Performance nomination for Indy Navarrete. The voting window is open until July 15th, so head over to fangoria.com and let your horror-loving voice be heard. So I think I'm gonna attach this to another story eventually, but both Curry Barker, who did Obsession, and the director of the Backrooms, they're both super young,
like 20 and 21 or
very
something,
young
right?
men.
Like,
And started, on YouTube, both
Incredible.
of them. And we were talking earlier about Iron Lung and Jason Vines, who I guess you know from,
known
Jason
him
from
forever.
what?
I've known him for, I know him, I met him doing improv.
That's amazing.
And then we became friends, but I've known him for like 20 years.
Yeah, he was telling me that he was, very much involved in improv and then just kind of went into special effects work and became busy with that.
Very busy.
Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about Iron Lung and how Markiplier had built up this amazing YouTube audience, and that movie earned so much money against what it cost to produce it. So it's really cool to see these indie horror projects, people doing them themselves, starting out with what they have and what they can do, and then the audience is just loving it.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because I don't have a good sense of how much of the audience is people who weren't already familiar with their work, because these are people with millions of dedicated followers, right?
My sense is with Iron Lung and with the Backrooms, the lore of those two stories and the people who are, at the helm directing and writing, those, I think a lot of the people that went to go see those are big time fans of those channels and those people. But Obsession, I think it's pulling a lot of people who, had no idea who Curry Barker was or his YouTube channel or whatever. And the movie itself, it's got a pretty common trope to it. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's a great movie, well acted, and it's hits all the right sweet spots. They use a lot of practical effects. But definitely some of his audience came from his, the channel that he's already created. So it's a good strategy. As long as the movie's good.
Yeah, like we were talking about, I'm sure film execs are going to be scouring. They probably already do this. Scour YouTube for whoever's got millions of views, who's doing vaguely cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
To throw buckets of money.
Right. Just picking, what 12-year-old can we get, on board? Let's see. Oh, I think we're about to talk about that. Following the overwhelming success of the internet-inspired horror films Backrooms and Obsessions, Warner Brothers has won a 5 studio bidding war with a multi-million-dollar deal securing the rights to, get this, the film's called Siren Head, which is a viral creepypasta monster with 2 sirens for a head. Who would have known? Some kind of, and I've seen a picture, and it's literally this giant lanky monster with these 2 sirens.
Wait, like sirens, like the thing that goes woo?
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard siren and I was like, oh, like Medusa, like a siren.
No, it's like
Or she's a
alerting
gorgon,
you
but
for a tornado or whatever. So
Amazing.
Siren Head was created by Canadian illustrator and writer Trevor Henderson. After Henderson shared his original image in 2018, Siren Head spawned a wealth of internet lore and artwork where users offer their own take on the character. Zach Krecker from Weapons is producing, while Brian Duffield from No One Will Save You is attached to direct. both filmmakers have genre projects releasing this year, with Kreger's Resident Evil remake and Duffield's survival thriller Whalefall, which I haven't heard of yet, but we'll see. So that's one of them. And then I think this next story is another. Let's just pop this one out. Amazon MGM Studios, United Artists, and Amblin Steven Spielberg have secured the film rights to the Mandela catalog in a competitive 11 studio bidding war. Jeez. So the first one was 5, I think. This one was 11 studios wanting this one. Alex Kister will direct the adaptation of his own viral YouTube series about a town invaded by a shape-shifting creature called Alternates. Kister launched the analog horror series in 2021 at only 17 years old, and the decision for him to direct this feature definitely has to do with the success of Backrooms, which was directed by a 20-year-old Kane Parsons, who made the original YouTube web series himself. I saw the Backrooms, and I haven't seen anything online regarding the lore of the Backrooms. Like, I've never watched any of it.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of its existence before hearing about the film, and it made me curious. Like, how many YouTubers are out there making, I guess, short form serialized narrative content?
It must be. I mean, it must be a big thing.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was using Blender to make a lot of his visuals for the Backrooms, but the movie was practical, interestingly enough. I think they did it in a Dallas mall. They built all these sets, which is wild. But the movie is super creepy. And this is from me not knowing anything about the lore. It's just, it was unsettling and creepy in a good way. If you like to be creeped out.
Yeah, I keep hearing about it, and I'm definitely intrigued.
Whereas Obsession hits all the right spots, and it's a fun. I would categorize it as a fun horror movie, which is with some disturbing stuff.
Yeah.
The Backrooms is unsettling and creepy, and does things that I've not I don't know if I've seen in horror movies before. So
cool. Some
innovation there. It was good. Yeah. They're both good. I think they're both maybe streaming now, so you can check that out. So just like you said, the execs they're going into all
nuts.
of it. They're looking on YouTube, they're looking on Reddit, they're looking, the old creepypasta stuff, just trying to find the thread of a story just to get the money, of course. Instead of going back and pulling up old IP from 40 years ago, they're now looking at these.
I mean, I'd rather have new talent getting opportunity than
Me too. I don't mind a prequel of a beloved horror movie.
Yeah.
But I don't really necessarily enjoy remakes if it was already a really good movie, like we were talking about with one you like.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't need a part 13, of whatever it is. But I'm going to see not Hellraiser Burn, sorry, that's my next story. I'm going to go see Evil Dead Burn on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I do like that franchise, and I think this one's got a different spin, but, do we need another one?
I think there's been a couple that I have not caught.
I haven't seen all of them myself. I've seen the first couple. I saw the one that came out a few years ago. Yeah. I think I've seen, I don't know how many there are. Somebody tell us how many Evil Deads there are.
Or I guess I may not have actually seen the new ones. I'm thinking of Drag Me to Hell, which was Sam Raimi and wasn't Evil Dead, but it was kind of Evil Dead-y.
I wonder if that was in the Evil Dead universe, how maybe. Army of Darkness was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gosh, Drag Me to Hell, that was
a while ago.
That was a while back. Let's see. I think we have two more. Universal is bringing Hellraiser to Halloween Horror Nights 2026. The haunted house is coming to both coasts. Orlando kicks off Friday, August 28th, and Hollywood follows on Thursday, September 3rd. Universal has described that the guests will enter the lament configuration and travel from the attic in Frank Cotton's house to the Channard Institute and finally into the labyrinth itself. Doug Bradley, the iconic original actor who played Pinhead, is reprising the role to provide voiceover work for the attractions. A walk-through maze with the Cenobites and suffering around every corner seems like a horror fan nightmare come true. The question is, can Universal pull off the BDSM gothic aesthetic without watering down the vibe for a theme park that might be family friendly. I don't know. We'll see. But I've never been to Hollywood Horror Nights.
No, me either. It looks awesome.
I want to go so badly.
Yeah.
One of these years I will. Maybe next year. I say that every year. But
I mean, it makes so much sense that they have such a cool Halloween, season in Hollywood where all these people who do this stuff are like just into it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, just spend a month making something creepy.
Yeah. And they always have I think last year they did the Terrifier house.
Mm-hmm.
So just having these themed ones based on movies, and you can you find yourself inside a movie, which is great. Because other, a lot of the haunted houses you see out there, you're not really allowed, you're not supposed to have a Freddy Krueger running around. It's a copyright character. A lot of them will anyway, because who's going over, and, who's gonna stop me? You know what I mean? But at Bat City, we don't do that. At Bat City Scaregrounds, the one I'm affiliated with, it's all original characters. But it is cool to see the horror movies you're into and experience it.
I mean, I can't imagine doing it's not exactly a haunted house, but the version of the haunted house with Hellraiser sounds like Chatterbox, just in a hallway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And Doug Bradley's voice,
so good.
Get out of here. And finally, for my indie horror heads out there, the Houston Horror Film Fest is gearing up for its big weekend taking place August 7th through 9th at the Houston Marriott West Chase. And they just pulled back the curtain on their film screening lineup. The program is locked in with 55 short films and 7 feature-length projects. So whether you're in it for the quick, punchy shock of the horror shorts, or if you're looking to settle in for those deep dive features, the lineup is a perfect showcase of where the genre may be headed next. You can head over to HoustonHorror.com to check out the full list of flicks. And one of them is called 5. My friend Michael wrote and directed it, and I produced it, and we filmed it here. So,
so cool.
5, I think it's actually 5 minutes, which is cool too.
Nice.
So that's a cute little horror short. Maybe we'll see you there. Houston Horror, we had Damsel of the Doom, and it won Best Texas Feature in that one.
Last year?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
So cool.
So this will be my second time with a movie in there, but yeah, it was very cool. Houston Horror not only features 60 exclusive world premiere horror films, they also 60 plus. They also have celebrity guests, meet and greets, filmmaker Q&A panels, and over 100 vendors offering horror memorabilia, original artwork, apparel, collectibles, books, so much more. It's
so cool.
It's one of my favorites. I love. It's one of those where all of the actors, and if you're lucky enough to get a room in that hotel, the actors stay there, the guests stay there, the convention's there, so you don't ever have to leave for the 3 days. And you'll find yourself in the elevator with, whoever from whatever horror movie. It's very fun.
How long have you been going to that?
Houston Horror, I think this will be my 4th year.
Okay.
It's my 2nd year to have a table there and do panels. They let me.
You've interviewed people, right? There?
Yeah, I get to do the panels up there with
cool.
various actors and actresses. I think I hope, fingers crossed, I don't know, but I might be doing. They're doing a Scream Queens panel with all of the Scream Queens from a lot of the Friday the 13th. So I think I might do that one. We'll see. I don't want to. What if it's not? Now I'm going to be embarrassed. What if they're like, no, actually, you're not doing that one. All right, Kareem, we got all of that out of the way.
Amazing.
Good day. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. All right, good day. We'll wrap it up now. Let's see. So I want to start off with, let's pull up a picture. Okay. Pop up one of these pictures. I'm trying to screw this in. Not that picture. Or that one. Oh, that was supposed to be last. But let's talk about this first. This is Damsel of the Doom. This is how I know you.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the film we made together 3+ years ago.
I can't believe it.
Right?
We made it so long ago, and it took a while before we got it. Got it.
Edited and posted.
And then trying to figure out distribution.
Yeah.
And who to go with. The movie that the director Corey Trahan did before this one, I think he went through like an aggregate distribution, and he didn't want to do that this time. So it took a while, but it's out there now.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's on Blu-ray. It's on
Yeah, you were
variety.
signing a bunch of Blu-rays, right?
Yeah, I got one for you.
Oh, you do?
Yay.
Look at that. My face is on it and everything.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
I think you got a little moss on there too. Oh, no,
perfect.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so we shot this over mostly a series of weekends from the spring to through the summer.
Yeah, micro budget.
Yeah, super scrappy.
And we used it was like, this was at the Glass Coffin or the Velvet Casket. They're right next door to each other. And a lot of friends in town in the horror community just let us shoot in their spaces, which I think gave it
super
more
generous.
it was so nice of people, and it gave it more of a production value that we didn't really have the money for. So that
locations
was cool.
are hard.
Yeah,
finding locations is really tough. So you guys got, I don't want to say lucky, but people were very generous.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we used to throw events, and we would throw events, or our band would play events for people in just for free, and it was the time to call in some favors, I guess. And everyone was just super cool. What's the next one? Because it might be related to this too. Yeah. This one. I remember this night. Look how our hair is.
Yeah.
It was
so windy. It was so windy.
I was like, how is audio going to work?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I was wondering that too.
And I can't remember if it was cold or not, but it was the windiest night of the shoot. I thought my hair was going to fly off.
Whipping in your face.
The boom mic with it was like,
Oh,
okay, well, and you know what? The audio actually is really good. Corey's very good with audio work.
Yeah.
He produces music and stuff, so he would never let one of his projects slide audio wise at all.
Yeah, it's so important. I'm remembering seeing this photo. I think it was kind of cold because it looks like you're suffering.
I look a little chilled. Yeah.
It does look like you're just like, come on, let's get this done. That was out at Docks, right?
That was
that
one was at Bat City in the parking lot. That was when you
that was at Bat City.
had to hit that other actor with the cane.
That's right. That's right.
That was a fun moment.
Yeah.
I think there's one more related to this. Okay, this was at Docks in the Mama Merlot's bar.
It was a long day.
I was asleep.
I know you were.
I was asleep because there was 2 days that were the longest days of my life, and yours. And this was one of them.
This was one of them.
The other one,
14 or 16 hour day, I think. I mean, it's very like typical makes this sound negative, but it is very typical of smaller budget stuff.
Yeah, to go over 12 hours.
Well, just to like, misjudge how long something will take. And
right.
Just,
setups. You're not really sure how long the setups are.
It's just how it works.
And then there's like so many, take 27.
Yeah,
like
there's
what?
so much hurry up and wait. And
And then it was special effects. I after all of this, I remember having a conversation with some of the other folks in the filmmaking group, and I was like, so here's what I think. Like, if we're ever going to do anything like this again, let's do all of the special effects on one day.
Wow.
And everything else, you know what I mean? Like, because that was where a lot of people die in the movie. And so there's a lot of special effects. We're having to wait on prosthetics being built up and all of that. I'm like, why don't we do all of that? And, maybe in hindsight. Yeah. But the other thing you run up against is, I don't think I can't remember if we had to pay a fee for that location or not.
Yeah.
But we only had it for like a night.
Yeah.
And so you're running up against that too.
Cramming everything in.
The other long one was at the Airbnb. And that one
that was pretty long too, wasn't it?
That was long too. And that was another situation where it was like, I think we had it for 2 days, but
and we were out in the middle of nowhere.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Not middle of nowhere, but it was far to get out there.
One of the actors, Billy. He came in from Dallas, so we had to make sure we got all of his stuff that night. So scheduling was wild, but those 2 nights, I've never had. That was an experience.
I'm remembering. I mean, it was a while ago, but I'm remembering now. Like those 2 nights in particular, there were definitely some like you. You're like open and you're like, okay, I'm ready. Yeah. Of course, when the cameras are rolling, you were great and you were totally on. But like there was some like kind of like running in place and
because it was like there were scenes. Both of those scenes were kind of the climactic parts of the movie. Right. So you couldn't just ease into it. We had to be, you know, up. So, but there was a lot of people and everybody pulled through. Nobody was, you know, complaining about it on set anyway. So
No,
that was good.
Everyone was game. Everyone was down to do whatever needed to be done. And,
the movie, that team, we just started, that same team that did these movies is pretty much similar enough anyway to the same group of people that helped build Bat City Fairgrounds.
That was evident,
right?
Like, immediately,
and exactly. And so because of that, like there was, aside from a few people that we would have on camera from time to time, it was new to everybody else, of course. And I'm sure everybody could tell, but everybody worked very hard to try to do their best. But yeah, nobody really, a lot of the people had not been on another set at all. And so they were just like, well, this seems...
Just figuring it out.
Yeah.
I remember at the time, my partner was asking me, like, you know, she always asked, like, what's the shoot like and how's it going? And I was trying to describe, like, the crew and, like, the people. And I was like, they're haunted house people.
Yes.
It's like a heavy metal parking lot on set. in a great way, though, because, like, they're all friggin' teddy bears.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're just...
some of them look intimidating, but they're so sweet.
But, like, I don't look like that, but, like, I was like, yeah.
They're your people.
You're my people. Like, I know. I got you.
You would go to the same shows probably.
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah. They're good folks. I can't believe we pulled that off. And it was that movie, Damsel of the Doomed, was supposed to be a short.
I remember, and then about halfway through, we're like, actually.
And that's because, and that was my naivete as the writer, because I was, you know, following the whole, like, it's about a minute per page. And so I thought I was doing that, but I didn't take into consideration how long certain action sequences that don't have dialogue and all of that. I didn't know. I just didn't think about that at all. And nobody else did either. And so we were like, oh, it's been about 45 minutes.
Now you got a movie.
Now we have a feature length, and it's great. It did really good in on our film festival circuit and all that. And we're proud of it. It was good. And I can't thank you and everyone else enough.
Of course.
Especially there's certain actors from that movie, and you are at the top, that were so helpful. I've only done a little thing here, a little thing there. It's not I'm a horror host. Yeah. I'm a personality. I'm a lead singer of a band. I'm not going out auditioning for movie roles. You know what I mean? I'm not trained. Yeah. And so when you have the opportunity to be up against a good actor, sometimes that good actor is, it elevates the other actor. Yeah. It helped me to, like, kind of get up there a little bit. If I were acting against somebody who was not good at their craft, I would not. I just don't think I could be up to par.
It's hard. I mean, you had so many responsibilities too. I mean, I know you tried to sort of keep yourself in a box when you were on set as an actor, but it's impossible to completely turn off the other parts of your brain. So, like, you had so much going on, like,
it's stressful.
It's always helpful to have people that you can trust, that you're playing off of, and that you can, just trust is a huge thing.
If I could do it over again, I would do it to where we had way more time to, like, hang out and vibe off of each other.
Because it was so quick.
We were thrown in.
There was no rehearsals. There was no rehearsals? No. Yeah.
I don't even think did we even have a table read?
I don't think we did.
I don't think so either.
If we did, it was on Zoom. I don't know that we did.
I mean, it was, but maybe so look at Herman just sleeping on you. Oh, we could take away the damsel real quick. Look at Herman. So I think I understand why dogs are so calm with you, and why, like, it was because we didn't know each other, but you have such a calm energy. I was just relaxed with you. You were easy. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of not the goal, but it is something that I appreciate when I experience that from other actors. Like, I shot a show a few months ago, and the leads were just so friendly and just so welcoming. Nice. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Cause I'm just this guy walking in to shoot, 2-3 days, but they were so just warm.
What show was it?
It was Deli Boys on Hulu, season 2 of Deli Boys.
Nice.
I'm in 3 of the 6 episodes.
Where did that shoot?
Chicago. So I was in Chicago. Remember in January when we had that a quarter of the country had that polar vortex?
Yeah.
I was in Chicago for that. It was -7.
Have you ever been anywhere as cold?
Not that cold.
No.
I don't think Chicago really was comfortable with that level of
Did you
cold.
even have the protective gear?
Yeah, I mean, I came prepared, but
good.
it didn't matter. I mean, standing outside waiting for my lift for a minute, my fingers were starting to go numb, and I was wearing gloves with hand warmers. But anyway, I appreciate that vibe on set, and I don't know, it's important to be able to trust the people you're working with, and know that you're going to make a mistake, someone else is going to make a mistake, and it doesn't matter. You're there together to make the thing. It's
right.
Like you're there, you're all there in service of the thing you're making. So
I'm so glad we have that there was follow through with everyone too, because I didn't realize that a lot of indie projects will film and then never come to fruition.
Totally.
I didn't know that. And a lot of the actors in Damsel, I remember at the premiere were telling me that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why would you spend all that time and effort? But I guess you run out of money.
You run out of money, you run out of time, you run out of energy and
the fights that happen or whatever.
Yeah, it's hard. Or, you shoot half the footage and then you start reviewing it and editing it and you're like, oh, we did all of the lighting and all of the sound wrong.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's like, what do we do? Do we go back and reshoot everything? Do we redub everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, and filmmaking is impossible. It's an impossible task, and anyone who makes a film and gets it actually done has accomplished something regardless of the quality.
I'm telling you, I forget the director's name now. It might come to me. The director of The Lost Boys, and I've said this probably 5 times on this podcast, he says everyone who finishes a movie should get an award.
Yeah.
Should get some kind of award because it's a tremendously difficult feat.
I don't understand how anything gets made. Yeah. Like even having been on sets and been on large sets, I'm just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of people.
Such a collaboration.
And somehow comes together.
And there it is.
Small miracle.
Yeah. And now you're watching Widow's Bay finale, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let's see what the next photo is. Oh, we've seen that one. It's me. Okay, what's this?
That's what I was thinking of when I was saying giant set with hundreds of people. I shot for 2 days on season two. I've lost track. Yeah, season 2 of 1923.
Oh.
Which was a Taylor Sheridan show. He is like the king of Texas television right now.
He sure is.
He's making so many things. But so 1923 is let me see if I can get this right. It is the sequel series to the prequel of Yellowstone. So Yellowstone came out, and then there was 1883, and then they made 1923. 1923 had Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford, so I technically share a credit with Indiana Jones. Oh. Technically, was not on.
The 8-year-old boy in you is thrilled.
Amazing. Yeah, I was not on set with him, but still. So it was just a day player thing. I needed to. They needed someone to play a cab driver. I have one line. It's a very small thing. But I had to work for 3 days because one of the days I had to drive out to Bastrop, I think it was. So I booked the job. I got lucky enough to book the job, and then the first AD calls me, second AD calls me. He's like, "Hey, by the way, can you drive stick?" And I had literally just taken a lesson to learn to drive stick. I was like, yes, I can. And he's like, okay, 'cause we need you to drive a 1923 cab.
Oh my goodness.
I was a cab driver in the show, and I'm actually driving this cab.
Wow.
So I went out to Bastrop for one day. It was like half a day to practice driving the car. And I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know what this is going to be like. And it really wasn't that hard. I knew the basics enough that when I got into the car, I was like, oh yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
And then, so in the actual, the on location day, I was actually having to hit my mark, back the car up to, the street and then drive it. And they told me exactly where they wanted the car to stop. And I had to stand on the brake for like 100 feet
scary.
to get it to, because it's literally a 100-year-old car.
Is it one of those that cranks up to
It
start?
didn't know. It was past crank time.
Okay.
So everything was basically, I mean, more or less modern, except the shift pattern was weird. Like first was down and to the left, and second was up and to the left. It was, so that was a little funky, but the car drove, and it was great. And then my sort of point of pride for that shoot is when it was over. So this is supposed to be in New York. So there's dozens of these cars in the background, in addition to mine. And when we were done, the car guy, because there's always like the car wrangler.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, it's so good when an actor says they can drive and they actually can. I was like, hey, can I tell you a dirty secret? I've driven stick for an hour. He's like, well, you did great. I'm like, okay, I mean, that always pleased the crew. So, I got to do that, and yeah, it was cool.
The wardrobe's really cool too.
Yeah, it was super cool. I mean, getting to do a little period piece is great, and I had a giant old beard.
Look at that beard. Yeah, somebody in the chat. My friend Tracy says that you have a great beard. Pyongyang Jim is what he goes by.
Once upon a time, I had a great beard. I've temporarily
you're clean shaven.
Oh yeah, kind of clean shaven.
Tony says Kareem was very calm as Viram in almost every scene in the movie. I enjoyed his performance very much. Now I'm wondering, how would he have played James? Has he taken? How would you have played James, the role that Billy had? The Billy was more of.
Oh wow, he was aggro.
Yeah,
I guess we'd call him. Man, I do enjoy. I haven't gotten a chance to do it a ton on camera, really much on camera, but I do enjoy like the idea of playing like an overt villain. Like Viram was weird because like I'm conniving.
Yeah,
the character was conniving and kind of like he's ultimately the villain, but he presents as helpful. Right. So I was just playing it as helpful, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to you don't want to have like a gleam to give away the thing. And if anyone hasn't seen the film, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I would have, just the way Billy did, I would have found my way to fully just lean into being nuts. Because he's nuts from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's like an obsessed fan.
Yeah.
Right? So like I would
kind of a dirt bag.
He's kind of a dirt bag.
Yeah. He wants to be helpful in the end of things, but he's kind of a.
Yeah, so I just would have leaned into that. I definitely think from your perspective, I would have seemed less nice on set.
Because
when the cameras were
on.
when the cameras are off, I would have been fine, but I would have snapped into like crazy mode.
I bet that was fun. I bet it was fun to play. I'm gonna have to have Billy on.
Yeah, you should.
I'll have to find out when he's in Dallas next. Yeah, he's always doing something. He's moving around all the time doing parts. Somebody said that you look like De Niro. Our friend David said you look like De Niro in the cab.
That is very funny. I get that. I just mentioned this the other day. Someone posted like, "Hey, what actors do people say you look like?" And when I had the beard, and even without the beard, I get De Niro. And then when I had the beard like that, I specifically had people name check De Niro in Angel Heart.
Yeah.
Specifically. And I was like, I don't believe that. And I saw a photo, I was like, oh, yeah, I see that.
I can see it. It's this part of your face here.
Yeah. So yeah, if they need someone to play a young De Niro,
De Niro.
De Niro's adult son.
The last Martin Scorsese De Niro project they like AI aged him or something down, and it looked weird. I didn't like it.
You know why it was weird? Because he was supposed to be a 40-year-old man, and it was a 75-year-old man walking. So he still had the gait of a 75-year-old man.
You can't fake it. The fat pads on his feet are gone. He's walking on bone. That's right. He doesn't have a patella joint
but
anymore.
I will happily take a De Niro.
De Niro is a good one. We need a little mole.
Yeah.
You even without the beard, like when I'm looking at you, that's right. Very good.
It's the sort of ethnically ambiguous makeup of
ethnically ambiguous guy. That's your new theme song. Mm-hmm. Let's pop up. I think we have another photo. If not, then that's okay. But let's see if we do. What's this?
That's just Robert De Niro.
Oh, okay.
No, this was this play. So I did a play in Austin. Most of the plays I've done are in Austin. It was through UT, University of Texas. They do a new theater festival at the end of every year. sort of spring that their grad students, MFA students, and undergrad also like participate in either directing or doing like every aspect of the production. So it's a big full-on production.
Cool.
So this was, I did this in 2020. Wow. In the first and second weekends of March.
Oh, right at the, oh my gosh.
2020. It was only 3 performances. It was called Sow and Suckling. And it was kind of actually.
What'd you call me? I'm kidding.
It was basically a horror. It was a sequel to Lord of the Flies.
Oh.
So basically 30 years later, 2 of the boys who are now adults meet. They get together for Christmas or Christmas Eve, which is a very triggering event for my character, which I cannot remember the name of right now.
What are you holding?
Ralph. No, I'm not Ralph. What am I holding? I'm holding a match. I just lit a match. I think I'm lighting the fire or setting something on fire. This is like the very end of the play.
Oh, okay. You're not Ralph.
No, I'm not Ralph. I scream Ralph at some point. I don't remember my character's name, but it's from the book. But this other guy comes over, and basically I devolve into madness over the course of the play because everything that happened on the island comes back to me, and I just lose it. And this is not shown in this photo, but this is the only time that I had to be naked on stage.
Oh, great.
I know.
What?
Because in the play, like I'm so crazy that like I leave to take a bath or something, and then a scene happens with the other characters, and I come down to see what's going on, and I'm just wearing a Santa hat. And
Nothing else? And holiday cheer? A Santa hat and
Santa
holiday
hat
cheer.
and a smile.
What? That's amazing.
It was a really fun play. The cast was amazing. The director is one of my favorite theater directors in town that I've worked with, who also directed me in Amadeus years later. But so this play, we had 3 performances. We luckily, all of our performances were scheduled for the first weekend of UTNT, and I think it was March 7th or 8th. We're sitting in the dressing room, like looking at the news, going like, "Are we going to go on?
Yeah.
Is this going to happen?" And that show did happen. And the next day, UT shut everything down. So not to dwell on the dark times, but like the second weekend of UTNT that year got canceled.
Jeez.
So we'd worked on it as though it were a full run for months. We worked on
3.
it. But we got 3. We were going to have 3, and we got our 3. And it was a fun show. It was very dark.
Who did you play in Amadeus?
I played Salieri. Which was one of my favorite stage. One of my favorite stage opportunities just to get to play Salieri was insane.
I would love to see that on stage. I love the movie.
The movie is very good, and having now read the play, I like the play a little better. So the movie's based on the play.
Is it?
So the play came first. There's a couple things that they changed in the movie that I think weakened it. But one of the performances we did, only one of them was in Georgetown, I believe, with the Central Texas Philharmonic behind us. So like one performance had a full orchestra and full choir.
Wow.
So all these moments where I had to act like I was moved by the music. There was no acting involved.
Amazing. I've said let's get an amazing count on here. I've said it 7 times. I think I apologize.
But it was. It was incredible. It was an amazing experience.
I would love to see that on the stage. Let me see if we have any more photos of you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is you?
That's me in
your band?
No, this actually is not even me in my band.
What's this?
This is from a short film I did around the same time that I did, or right before I did Damsel the Doomed. It was a short film about a blues guitar teacher who's teaching a kid how to play blues, and you kind of learn through the course of the short film that the kid he's teaching is his son, and the kid doesn't know it. So and
then you kill him,
and then I kill him. So this is me. I was playing guitar on camera a little bit. Yeah.
But you are in a band.
I am in a band. Yes. Excellent segue. I am in a band. I do play guitar. I'm in a band called Concrete Horse, which is a very old school metal band, sort of 1970s metal. So mostly not mostly, a lot of Black Sabbath influence.
Kind of doom metal-ish.
Yeah.
I love that.
So my buddy who started the band, who writes the majority of the lyrics and kind of put the band together, I think his tagline that he came up with was a little doomy, a little proggy, a little boogie. That's what it is. Doomy, proggy, boogie.
You have to let me know next time you play.
Yeah, I will, for sure.
My Dale will go. My buddy Tracy, Pyongyang Jim, he's asking a question real quick, though. He says, where could people interested in seeing something from the local theater production side go?
If you're asking about me in particular, I perform with my improv troupe every Friday at the Hideout. The Hideout has a little annex space up north, like around 2222 in Lamar. If you go to hideouttheater.com, you can find out about tickets and everything. We perform every Friday. I'm not doing any scripted work at the moment just because it takes so much time. I do love it, but it takes so much time. But yeah, I perform every Friday at 8:30 with my troupe, P-Graph.
P-Graph.
P-Graph is the short version of our ridiculous name. But yeah, we've been together for 20 plus years.
Wow.
And we've had a weekly show for almost that long.
What?
Yeah.
The same people?
Yeah. I
Pretty
mean,
much?
one person, so it was 4 of us for a very long time, and one of them moved to New York 2 or 2.5 years ago. So, but it's been us 3 as the core members for the whole time.
Oh, you guys must just gel.
Well, we read each other's minds. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's cool. So when you got into acting, was it improv first or was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not an actor. I was not like a theater kid in high school. I just saw someone said Ozzy's rip date is in 2 weeks. It is. And on the date of his funeral, I got this Black Sabbath tattoo.
Oh, nice.
I had booked it I think I'd booked it before he died, actually. I'd booked it, the tattoo session, and then the way the cards fell, I was sitting in the chair as his funeral was happening. Anyway, I started doing improv a little bit after college. I basically saw an improv show, my first improv show. I didn't know what improv was. I mean, I'd never heard the word. I'd watched Whose Line Is It Anyway, but they never say it's improv. So it's like, oh, it's just funny, famous people.
Yeah.
But I saw one improv show in New York when I was visiting for vacation. And as soon as the lights came up, I turned to the person I was with and I said, I have to do this.
Really?
Like literally the words, I have to do this, came out of my mouth. I came back home to Austin and I found classes and jumped in with both feet. And I got into acting through improv because the kind of improv I like to do and that my troupe does is primarily narrative, so full hour and 20-minute long play, basically. And when we first started out, we were developing different shows with kind of like different themes or different genres, things that we could market, things that we could add theatricality to and costumes. And if you know the genre, you know the theme, then you can add costume and music and set dressing and things that can help you ground in that space in that genre, and then you can also take a photo of it and advertise it. So we developed dozens of shows, and in doing that, like I kept studying different authors and different playwrights and different filmmakers, and just like really devouring story and genre. And so I basically became an actor by trying to get better at improv, which is not typically what happens, I don't think. Yeah.
What was it about improv that made you say I have to do this?
I don't know.
It was like a feeling more than it was cognition.
Not yeah. Because I can be very heady. Mm-hmm. It literally, the words just flew out of my mouth. Like the lights came up when the show was over, and I was like, part of it is that I was a couple years out of college, and I was desperate for a creative outlet. Yeah. Like for sure. I was feeling it. I was like, oh, I'm going nuts. I need a creative outlet.
I know that feeling.
So I had the radar up. Clearly, I had the radar up, and it was I had the right place, right time, and it hit me. And after I started taking classes, I dove in. I just jumped in with both feet, and I ended up moving. I lived in Austin, but I ended up moving, changing which part of town I lived in because I realized I was driving downtown 5 nights a week to do improv, and I didn't live near downtown. So I was like, well, if I'm going to be driving amount 5 days a week, I may as well live near the thing I want to be at and have to commute to work because I don't care about the job. So yeah, it just hit me, man. And I've always had a sense of humor. I've always enjoyed comedy, and but it's like seeing the people working together, and just building off each other, and just the energy. I hadn't really seen much theater up until that point. Or I wasn't like a theater person that was always going to see theater. So just seeing that real time collaboration was just super inspiring. It was like a lightning bolt.
Chat wants to know who was your favorite panelist on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Ooh, wow.
It's been so long.
On
the old or the new, because they did that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the new one. I thinking of the old one. Yeah, they're all great. I've met a bunch of them too. Ryan Stiles is pretty incredible.
Is he the tall one?
He's the
Yeah,
tall one.
I always liked him.
I've performed and taught at his theater in Bellingham, Washington. I think he still owns it. Greg Proops is always great.
Yes.
I hung out with him when he was here for a festival.
I used to listen to his podcast.
Me too.
Yeah.
Then it kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Colin Mockery is also incredible. Yeah, I mean, he's a Canadian improviser, and those Canadians know improv.
Oh, did you watch, what was the Canadian improv? Well, no, it was a sketch comedy show. And it was also early 90s. What was that?
Kids in the Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that show.
Well, so I can geek out about all this shit. Kids in the Hall started as an improv troupe.
Okay, I thought that was the case.
They,
all right.
or some of them did anyway. I don't think all of them were on the improv troupe, but they were doing an improv format where it's team based, and their team, kind of a joke name, they're the Kids in the Hall because they were waiting to come on stage, and they were in the hall.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, so they have improv roots.
So a lot of the characters, I think, came initially from some of their improv.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's true, but certainly they're like ensemble and just like sense of timing and sense of shape of sketch, I think came from
I only watched a few of their new show, but I probably have seen every episode.
Their new
of
one
the
was
old one.
surprisingly good. I say surprisingly because whenever any group comes back after 20 years, you're like,
You never know, yeah.
like it was a Kids in the Hall. Yeah, it was great.
Good. Let me see. Texas version of the Second City and the Groundlings. Oh.
Is that a question?
I don't know.
So there isn't really a Texas version of Second City and Groundlings in that Second City and Groundlings typically sketch, and then they do improv to sort of generate ideas for sketch. It's very sketch centric.
Okay.
And improv is kind of tacked on as kind of an idea generator. The Hideout, where I learned and where I do most of the improv I do in town, is purely improv. We don't do sketch. They don't do sketch or stand up or anything. It's all improv for the sake of improv, which is the fast track to making no money. But we love what we do.
And you teach improv?
I do on occasion teach. I used to teach more regularly, but now I mostly teach like with my troupe when we travel. That's a way of just helping us get to Europe or whatever.
Get
like,
some, gas money.
Yeah, a little more than that.
Snacks.
Because like we're teaching in. We got invited to a festival in Nottingham in the UK at the end of August, and they asked us to teach. So we teach like a 12-hour.
Oh, I see. So you perform and you teach when you're going to these.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So we'll end up teaching our 12-hour intensive over the course of a weekend.
When you teach, are you pulling actors up to actually?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Improv, because I've taken acting classes too, like sort of straight acting classes. Improv is some of the most hands-on, on your feet, participatory acting classes. Like you're doing stuff constantly. You're playing games or doing scenes, or depending on the level of the sort of level the class is at. Yeah.
Have you come across anyone who is just horrible at it, or does everybody have some kind of a?
Everyone's horrible at it at first. That's the dirty secret. Everyone's horrible at it, but it doesn't matter because the way the Hideout teaches, there's kind of training wheels. Like you're not just getting up and doing scenes. Like you're playing games that are kind of unlocking your creativity and making you aware of how you're in your own head and getting in your own way. And these games kind of like circumvent that and let you be sort of more free with idea generation, and then it kind of just all slowly builds on that.
I always thought that would be something good for these haunt actors, especially the ones that are more featured to go take a few classes. One of them does. Luke.
Yeah.
He was in Damsel.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was a student at. I think he was a student at the Hideout when that was shooting, or maybe he had just finished. I can't remember. But I'd seen him around.
Luke is so funny when he's in character at Bat City.
Yeah.
Him and Orlok, their banter back and forth. I can just watch them go on, and they will, and they won't shut up. But great. I like it. They're so funny. Luke's great. But I always thought a lot of people could benefit from that.
Totally. I mean, I think even non-actors and non-creative people, everyone's creative, but even people who aren't trying to pursue some sort of creative art, I think improv is very helpful. It builds awareness, and I think having more awareness of how your brain is working is always helpful. And
that's what I find interesting. You said the games you play kind of let you know that you're getting in your own way in your head. So you're kind of exposing that, and then I assume you're going to show them how to get out of that. Yeah,
you expose it. It kind of starts with like just making them aware and saying like, this is a thing that happens. Like I remember having this experience in class early on where my teacher would say like, yeah, you have that little voice in your head that's like, that was dumb. Like, oh, I do have that. I do that, to lesser or greater degrees depending on the person, but also, the idea, so many times people are like, oh, I can't think of anything to say. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. You've thought of like 3 things to say and you've thrown them all away. You've discarded them before you even tried, and that you're stopping before you even start. And doing these early exercises kind of remove that filter a little bit, just to like get the ball rolling, and then you realize, oh, that was actually that actually worked, and I didn't have to do anything except for say one line, because the next person is going to build on that, and then I just need to respond to that. And
so you really are having to listen
so much,
and not just, you're not waiting for your next thing.
No. I mean, there are improvisers who are very good at thinking fast, but there's this kind of I feel like there's a lifespan to that, and after 6 months or 9 months or whatever, you kind of burn through that. You really just need to be listening and responding, and you're not like, while someone's talking, you're like, oh, I'm going to say this thing. Like, I mean, you can do that, but you'd be a kind of a bad improviser.
Yeah, it's not as funny.
Yeah, it's just not as. It's not as spontaneous. You'll feel it if someone's trying to like
what it is.
Cram something in. You're like,
that's what it is.
Now there's a disconnect, and
you can kind of tell when when they're waiting to say the thing they want to say. Yeah. Even just in regular conversation with people, you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of regular conversation, I remember early on in my improv training being made aware of how just navigating the world, we script things. Like if you're going to go have lunch with a friend, like you start thinking about what you're going to talk about, and it maybe not almost never, but like half the time that stuff doesn't come up, and you're just protecting yourself. You're kind of like coming up with the things to kind of get over any anxiety you have or social awkwardness or whatever. But like if you actually just listen to what's being said and respond to it, you'd be fine.
That I've been doing interviewing actors and directors and whatnot at these conventions since like I think I started in 2019. Yeah. And when I first started, I wrote down every question.
Right.
I'm going to ask them this, and this, and because of that, I wasn't listening to what they were saying as much as I could, because I'm like, all right, I asked the question. Now what's the next thing?
Yeah.
Okay, and then and it took, thankfully, I realized it pretty quickly, and knew I had to it makes me feel better to prepare and write questions out.
Yes,
that's fine, but I can't bring those cards with me.
Yeah,
and I can't stick with just reading those off.
Preparation is interesting when there's something like an interview or a class. I used to find that if I wrote down a basic game plan, that would inevitably free my mind up. To be inspired in the moment as a teacher, right?
Yes.
Not on stage, on performing, I don't go on with anything. But teaching, I get a little anxious about teaching because it's a lot of responsibility.
It's a different muscle.
People have paid you money, and you have to like shepherd them for 2.5 hours, and like
they want to feel like they learned something.
Yeah, and you want them to succeed.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm so empathetic. Like I really want them to succeed. So I would always find that if I had a plan, then it would be good to go to it. But also like then I would be totally freed up.
I love that. It frees you up to just be present.
Yeah,
and
then if there's a moment where you're like, what do we do next? Like, oh, I can look down
then
this
you
list
can.
and I'll do that.
Yeah, but you're not a slave to it. You can't be.
Exactly.
And then if I do it like that, and then I'm listening to the person and I'm interviewing them a lot, like so many times they will say something that I can catch on, I grab onto that, and then we go down another.
You surf,
and it's beautiful, and I it's what I love about doing it now, you know. But in the beginning I was very nervous, and it was this whole, you know, I'll never forget the first panel. It was a bunch of actors from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they were grumpy. Except for I think Caroline Williams was on the panel, and she was very lovely and she was very sweet. And but the rest of them, like I was just flop sweat, and just like which surprised me because I'm usually I just don't get intimidated with public speaking or anything like that. But I had never done this before, so it was the first time of interviewing actors. So I kind of did that mistake once and analyzed it and said, what do I need to do? And that's.
I mean, that's a good instinct to go back and analyze it. Like, how do I make this better?
I got to make it better.
That's great.
And I also never, ever ask people, what inspired you to do this movie or that? I don't like that question.
The paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm an actor and needed money.
It's a job.
Which is, a valid answer. But, everything isn't always done for purely for art's sake.
It's not
Especially
always.
if you're grinding it out and you're like an actor who's like, that's how you pay in your
mortgage. Job to job. like Billy
Yeah.
Blair, for example.
man.
We're just talking about, somebody was saying they were talking about your improv troupe being they're being cool to you. About the second city, the Texas second city.
Thank you.
I'm setting up, I think our timer is broken, so I'm having to put it on my phone real quick because we're about to play Bone Deep. Where do I do this? Let's see. Oh, stopwatch is what I need. This is, okay, there it is. Okay, Kareem, you're going to have 60 seconds.
Okay.
I'm giving you this or that style questions.
Sure.
You just have to tell me which one is the right answer.
All right.
And I'll let you know if you're right or wrong.
Good.
Okay, and once I hit start, we're going to go, okay?
Sure.
Zombies or vampires?
Vampires.
Correct. Slow burn, dread, or jump scares?
Slow burn.
Correct. Haunting or possessions?
Possessions.
Correct. Evil clowns or cursed dolls?
Oh, cursed dolls.
Incorrect. Clive Barker or Stephen King?
Ooh, Barker.
Incorrect. Weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse, a crowbar or a chainsaw?
Crowbar.
Correct. As an actor, would you rather portray terror or pure rage?
Ooh, terror.
Incorrect. Deep space or deep sea?
Deep space.
Oh, too bad for you. Fight back or run away?
I'll fight like hell.
Correct. Play the victim or play the villain?
Villain.
Correct.
so.
Suspense or shock?
Suspense.
Correct. What is this? Oh, a gun jamming or flashlight dying?
Gun jamming.
Correct. And I think that's it. Okay, you get one bonus question.
Oh, okay, good.
Ancient curse or modern science gone wrong?
I think ancient curse.
Oh, incorrect.
Incorrect.
Okay. Let me. You take 5 here, Kareem. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You answered 12.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We don't need to count how many got right. I think answered 12 is really the important.
You did pretty good. Oh no! Now I have to put in my phone passkey. Okay, hold on. I'm going to hand over this to the producer next time to make them do the maths. Okay. 58%. Listen, it's not bad comparatively.
I mean, that's...
Let me show you. Hold on. This is the big book of
the
Bone Deep.
Ledger of embarrassment.
the ledger of shame. Let's see where you compare. Have you ever met Joseph Fotinos.
No, I don't think so.
He plays another horror host called Professor Griffin, and he's all, I want to say
familiar.
he's got some improv roots as well. I think you would like him. But okay, so anyway, I'm putting you in my ledger. Kareem,
I did not do well.
You did. Look,
I don't know.
look. Most people 36.
That's pathetic.
55.
Okay.
The best person was Herman last week.
Okay.
He knows
his
he's
stuff.
very smart. And then we've had a few girls get 75% and 70, but a lot of people, they're getting, 50%.
I mean, I'm just glad that the victim or villain, I was allowed to be villain. Because if you had said wrong, like, well, then you cast me wrong. That's on you.
That would have been on me. You did good, I think. I need you to give us your best bone deep sampling here. Like, just say, say the name of the game, nice and evil.
Oh, you want me to just say the name?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Bone deep.
Hell yeah, that might be. You might have won. I get everyone to say it. I think. What do you think? I think that was probably. That was that's up there. He says. I think you had like a rattle.
Yeah.
You had a little rattle in there. That was good. Let's get to phone calls real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. After Tina, the first nightmare ends.
Can you pause it?
It starts with.
I forgot to tell you what they're responding to. The question last week was, "What is the horror hill you'll die on? What's like an unpopular opinion you may have?" Okay, so this guy's going in hot with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. After Tina, the first nightmare ends. It starts with Nancy and all of them going to school. The end of the movie is also the beginning of the movie, and it's just an endless loop. Nancy's stuck in a nightmare that she can never wake up from beginning to end. It just repeats itself.
Ooh.
And that's what I got.
That doesn't seem like he was answering the question. That was just some other answer maybe, but I like that. That was a nice observation, caller. What do we have next?
Hey, Scarah, this is David Hocutt, and I'm responding to the opinion on horror movies, or unpopular opinion. I want to say, I got to thinking about it, and I was wanting to say the colorization of black and white horror films to color, because I know a lot of purists, they prefer to stick with the black and white, but we live in a color world, and I think they would look so much better in color. But a lot of people have very different opinions about that. It's like even when Rob Zombie did the Munsters movie, he debated on whether or not to film it in black and white or color, and ultimately he chose color. He says, I think that'll be the better choice is to do it in color. And when you think about it, the main reason they filmed so many horror movies in black and white is because it was just cheaper. It was as simple as that. But that's probably my unpopular or could be popular horror opinion. And before I go, are you going to bring back the facial expressions game? It was pretty funny with Orlock. So I noticed you haven't done it in a little while. You take care and have a good one, and
Thank
Stay
you.
chilled.
Well, first of all, David, I did the expressions game with Orlock because he can't make that many.
Can't make facial expressions.
So it just made me laugh.
It's a good joke.
Before we go to David's, I do realize I think that the Nightmare on Elm Street was a guy saying what is.
Yeah.
I think his unpopular opinion is that Nancy was stuck in. Okay, I get it now.
I think it's for him, it's an unpopolar opinion. It makes it sound like he's had this argument a lot.
Yeah.
And people are like, shut up.
He
And
like
he's
gets
like,
a little
"No,
high
I'm
at
telling you."
parties.
Yeah.
He's like, listen.
Did you ever notice? Like,
At the beginning.
this is a wedding.
At the end of that movie, they're driving off, and the mom like gets pulled through the door by Freddie, and the car like is also Freddie. It's all weird. So she is in a dream. I'm with you, caller. And now back to David. I don't know how I feel about this because I think like a lot of the Universal black and white monster movies are cool, and I like them in black and white. Hammer did the colorized stuff. So it's cool seeing them done both ways. But Dracula, the original, with Bela Lugosi in black and white, I don't want to see in color.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to keep it that way. And in fact, I think they did Nosferatu in black and white, and I thought it was beautiful too, the Eggers film a couple years ago. I don't want to see all my movies in black and white, but I do like a black and white film here and there.
Yeah, I saw something recently that was talking about Sleepy Hollow, and apparently Tim Burton really wanted to make it in black and white, but the studio was like, "You're not making a black and white movie in whatever year this is." So instead, his compromise was like he like changed the color saturation, so it's basically like black and blue.
It is that
so
pretty
it's like
blue.
it's in color, but it's like it's kind of monochromatic.
It's very memorable, but oh, that's interesting.
He kind of tricked his way into almost making.
He almost got it. I appreciate your opinion there, David. And I remember Rob Zombie's Monsters. He went very color too.
Yes, he did.
It was like saturated.
He made what looked like a black and white film that had been colorized. Yeah, right? He kind of
because it wasn't subtle
turned
color.
way up.
It was magenta.
That one's crazy.
Yeah. I've only seen that one once. Yeah. And I really liked, now I can't remember the actor's name, the actor who played Grandpa Munster, and that was
I don't remember.
Dead on. He's great. I've actually got to interview him. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But he did a fabulous job. I'm not the biggest, I don't want to be mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Rob Zombie's wife, and she played Lily Munster.
That's right. Yeah. You two have beef.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. No, I think what I like about him and her is I think it is such a sweet love story that he makes these movies and he casts her and everything. I think that's sweet. I love that. Her as like an actress, I think I liked her like in a couple of the movies he's put her in, but I didn't. Lily Munster I love that character. So
of course.
I wanted somebody different, but that's all right. What do I know? Nothing. Let's play the next call.
Hey, Scarah, this is Jason. Longtime fan, first-time caller. I was calling to tell you the horror hill I am willing to die on, and that is that the demonic murder clown trope is not scary to me. It's just not scary because clearly that clown is going to murder me. There's no mystery there. There's no wondering, like, is it okay? Is it not? No, fucking run. It's a demonic clown. He's definitely going to kill you. What's fucking scary are the nice clown makeups, the, quote-unquote straight clown makeup, because that you don't actually know. He could be just a nice, funny birthday clown, or he could be trying to, lure you back to his clown car to stuff all your holes full of, fucking silly string, whatever. But my point is that it's the not knowing that makes it scary. It's like it's supposed to be nice. He shouldn't want to kill me, but I think he does, and everyone thinks you're crazy because, it's just a clown, it's nice. But no, he's really gonna fucking murder you. Whereas it's clearly obvious if he's got giant fangs and all this bullshit, like, he's gonna fucking murder you, you should fucking run. But it's just, I don't know. Where's the lead up? Where's the horror foreplay? It's just missing there. So that's the horror hill I'm willing to die on. Fuck off with these scary demon clowns. Give me a nice birthday clown. That's terrifying.
Jason, that was great.
That is Jason Vines. I know this because I spent 3 days with him in Pasadena at the end of May at Monsterpalooza, and I heard a longer version.
I was going to say,
that rant.
He's had this argument before. So the scary demonic clowns movies that are, gore for gore's sake, I think they have their audience. But I have said this before. When Bat City started, one of the first houses was Clownocalypse, and they would do, the haunted house, the typical haunted house clown makeup. Actually, there were some really cool looks, but there was a few of like the very typical scary clown masks, and every haunt has them. I remember being like, I think like a traditional scary clown or circus clown is way scarier. There's just those clowns were the clowns that scared us as kids, not these like overly meant to look scary clowns, but the traditional bozo that is terrifying.
Truly.
Like their exaggerated features.
Yeah.
That's scary. And there was an actor, we had a couple of actors from another haunt come visit, and one of them had his makeup like that. And I was like, like that guy. So I agree with Jason. Actually, I mean, some people like the scary, like demonic clown.
Yeah,
but
I mean the original TV movie of It.
Yeah, that was regular
just,
makeup.
Just a clown. I mean,
That was
until he goes,
Tim
crazy.
Curry. Yeah,
Oh, so good. But yeah, just a normal clown. I mean, not a normal clown, but normal looking clown.
And he was
terrifying.
actually, that was a demonic type of entity clown.
Yeah.
Or, but
Yeah.
but like you said, just regular clown makeup.
Yeah.
There was nothing
Yeah.
off. There was no, you just, in the remake movie, they kind of, I don't know.
He's psychotic from the moment.
Yeah,
it is disturbing. It is upsetting, but there's no like
lead up.
Oh, look at this nice clown. Like no, it's
They
just,
hit you with it pretty immediately. But a very good call. Is there another one, or is that it? I don't know what you mean.
Hello,
there is.
Scarah.
Sorry.
Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. What hill of horror would I die on? Gore. That just plain gore and nothing but the gore is not horror. If that's all you bring to the table is basically like slaughter porn, I mean, that's just like what PG-13 sort of snuff stuff. And I'm not into it. It's like, I mean, it's not that I won't, I have a great appreciation for the macabre, everything that encompasses, but it's not horror. I mean, horror needs, more. And, I think audiences deserve more than just smashing heads, and crushing people. But that's not only the hill that I die on, I'd kill on. I'd murder there. Yeah. But there it is. All right. Bye. Till next time.
Thank you. I don't know if I would. I think the genre of horror it's
totally
faceted, just like metal. You've seen the flow chart. There's so many different areas, and there are straight up gore hounds that's what they want.
Yeah.
I prefer a little bit. I like story.
Yeah.
I like storytelling. I like seeing. I like atmosphere and a build up.
Oh man.
I like that kind of a thing. So when I go see horror movies, if it's mostly just, if it's a slasher movie, I can get into it if it's practical effects. But if it's a slasher movie and it's CGI or it's what's coming to be AI, then I'm not going to be, I don't want to spend my money on it necessarily. But I like, it can have its moments, but I do like, I want to be, that kind of stuff doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
That gross out stuff isn't scary.
Yeah. It's not scary. It's just gross.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Like, oh, look at that guy's head explode or, whatever. So but it's not, it doesn't scare people. I don't think. Maybe little kids, but they shouldn't be watching that.
They shouldn't, but okay, this is a good question for you. I asked Jason this actually. What is your favorite horror film from when you were a kid? And do you think it was your favorite because you saw it a little too young?
I saw.
I think that's the key: is seeing it when the suspension of disbelief and totally buying into what you're seeing is still there.
I saw Night of the Living Dead when I was about 6 because that was back in the day when parents let other kids, like your older brother watched you.
Yeah.
And also that movie didn't have a copyright. And so they played it on TV all the time.
Nice.
And so it scared me.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that feeling was before. I didn't know people did things on purpose like that.
Right.
And that scare, I think, felt also like excitement, and it was. Yeah. And so it really turned something in me and so then after that I would seek it out. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what the next scary movie that I saw. I remember Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one was one that really got me too. The first one was scary, and then Freddy, they ended up making him kind of goofy later on, but the first one was scary. What was the first one you remember?
it may have been Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
One of those. Yeah, that or one of the early or first Friday the 13th. Yeah. I always remember being just disturbed. I think I was older, like I was maybe a young teenager, but like is it Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Oh, yeah.
I remember just being just like, this is disturbed. Like, I'm not scared. I'm just disturbed that a group of people came together and made this.
Yeah, Killer Clowns is such a weird. It's such a weird premise, and it's a very weird movie, and it's very big in the cult world now.
Totally.
I used to watch horror movies with a group of friends at my neighborhood when I was a young teenager. And I remember seeing The Exorcist and just being terrified by that. We watched all of the old 70s ones, The Omen and all of those. But yeah, so yeah, I think for the longest time, my favorite was Night of the Living Dead, just because it was like, I guess it's like, what do they say? It's like you're chasing the high.
Right.
It was the first time I felt that.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I saw that first improv show.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that thing? I don't know what's happening.
What? Yeah, I need more of that, whenever that is. So let's ask the next. Oh, wait, somebody says that's why The Fog is so good and underappreciated. Because it's a story. Yeah, that's a Stephen King one. Okay, I'm going to ask the question of next week. Let me think. Okay. Where's the all right. Call Scarah Scary Hotline at 512-710-8766 and let me know, what is the horror movie that you think is underrated, an underrated masterpiece? Maybe it was looked over, maybe it was critically panned, but you think it's a masterpiece. It has to be one that is not something that we would all agree upon. It's what you think is an underrated masterpiece. Let me know. 512-710-8766. Give me a call. Thank you. Get this out of here. Oh, good. Well, I think we're coming up to our closing, our ending here. What do you have coming up? Is there anything you want to?
Like I mentioned earlier, my improv troupe performs every Friday at 8:30 at the Hideout. You can learn about it at hideouttheater.com. If you're in Nottingham in the UK, at the beginning of September, we'll be performing at the Robin Hood Improv Festival there. And we'll be in Germany in November
Wow.
to perform and teach. I don't know that there's a lot of German viewers, but hey, if you are, come see us.
Germany.
Yeah, I've never been to Germany.
I don't even have a passport, Kareem.
No, you got to get one of those.
I do.
I have
need
two.
to. What? Can I have one?
No, I fought hard to get one of them.
Do you? When I was, I was giving you a goog.
Yeah.
I was looking at all the cool stuff you do. Do you still do a podcast? I saw you had a podcast.
I don't. So I did sort of an interviewing creatives podcast just before the pandemic. We don't do that anymore. I have been writing what started as a podcast and now is turning into a season of television, I think, with a buddy of mine. We started it as a narrative podcast, but we've shifted away from.
Is it a murder mystery? I thought I saw something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one. It's called Curtains. It's about it's a murder mystery that takes place behind the scenes at a newly integrated vaudeville theater in the early 1930s.
Lovely.
So there's a whole lot going on. We're actively writing it and working on it.
Well, I hope we get to see it soon.
Me too.
At some point. It doesn't have to be soon. I just would like to see it come to fruition. Yeah, and I would like to see you in season 2 of Widow's Bay.
Yes, please.
We'll put that out there. Thank you for holding Herman this whole time.
Yeah,
Look at him.
Great. He's been a nice little.
Oh my
hi.
God. Oh, look how sweet that boy is. He loves you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Let me check and see who our next guest is before we let everybody go. I should always have this written down, Kareem, and I don't. And it's this whole awkward thing. What is... Okay, the 15th. Oh, we're going to have Bunny Voodoo. She owns and operates Blood Over Texas, and they do various events. They do a convention called Horror for the Holidays, and they're doing, I think it's Summer Slasher, maybe, event. So Bunny's going to be on Wednesday the 15th. So we will see you guys then. Until then, my name is Scarah, Damsel of the Doomed, and I'll see you in your screens.